thank you everyone to join this call. All right, let's see who else invite. We will have a great learning from our SVP Sanas as well as David O, right? Our regulatory affair, who is always looking after the regulatory affair, and he's so good answering all the questions that we have with regards to our product, especially all those safe home revolutions, be that fountain of life, be that furry flawless micro silver to toothpaste, right? Okay, right. We do things that I've not done before, and the person who really very important to play the biggest part to push me to step forward is our SVP Sanas. And you know what? She is here with us. So 8 o'clock, everybody, welcome. Let me welcome Opulence Nation and all our valued guests. My name is Aranya. I am from Thailand and I am LD2. Let me introduce our dynamic speaker who will inspire you, who will take us through our very fruitful learning day. I'll say, hello, SVP Sanas. Welcome to
Hello,
the
my
call.
darlings. Swadika.
Swadika, miss you. Look, you gave me this and
I miss you. I can't wait to see you on the cruise.
Oh, yes, I am excited. I'm starting to get my backpack. Okay, start to look what I'm wearing each day.
Yes, I haven't even got there.
Yes, right. Allow me to introduce Sanas Human, right? Our SVP Sanas in her late 20s. Sanas made a pivotal decision to venture into the direct sales industry. With her strong work ethic, determination, and unparalleled skill, she rose to become a top producer, quickly gaining recognition for her exceptional performance. Her influence and impact in the direct sale marketing field have earned her a widespread recognition. She was honored as the luxury designer of the year by Viva International and celebrated in the esteemed Oprah Winfrey magazine and much more. At Opulence Global, Sanas oversees distribution, manufacturing, and international negotiation, and all global operations. Her ability to inspire others in the health, beauty, and fashion sectors is nothing short of remarkable. Sanas takes great pride in mentoring entrepreneurs. Her visionary approach and mentorship have empowered countless individuals to achieve their own success stories, including me, okay? As a trailblazer in the industry, Sanas Human continues to set new benchmarks and inspires others to strive for greatness. Her unwavering dedication, unmatched talents, and relentless pursuit excellence make her a true icon in the world of business and entrepreneurship. Welcome, Sanas. Sawadika. Wow.
And thank you so much for that kind introduction. By the way, while you were welcoming everyone, I was making coffee. Well, I was making tea. And I was just listening to you. You are a natural at this. You are incredible. Wow. I love having you as a host. I missed you last week. I'm sorry. I was actually not able to join. I know Rico and David did a spectacular job as always, but it is so good to be back. It is so good to see you shining like the superstar that you are. Your energy, your enthusiasm, your professionalism. You rock Thailand. You are paving the path like a true designated and dedicated, I should say, leader. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. And thank you. And that was, I owing it to you. You had opened the door of my heart. And if I may introduce it, David is in. If I may introduce David so we can get all rock and roll. Okay. All right. Let me.
Do it.
Oh, see, I was so well prepared with David.
Sorry, I
I
threw you
lost
off.
him.
I apologize.
No problem. Give me a minute, please. Now I am looking for David's bio, and I had prepared so nicely, and I couldn't find. Okay. How nervous that is of me.
No worries.
Oh,
In the meantime, while you find David's bio, I want to say a good night, a good morning, a good evening to everybody. Sanaz Human here. If it's your first call with us, I want to welcome each and every single one of you. A happy new year to those of you who I've not had a chance to say a happy new year. I think I said happy new year on the New Year's webinar. I got some goodies for you guys tonight. I'm so excited to be on tonight. And it's always a pleasure to have an amazing host like Arania. And whenever we get on the road, we get a chance to meet some incredible entrepreneurs in different countries. And when we meet them, we ask them to step up. I remember, like, for example, our CEO had met a beautiful young lady by the name of Monica, and he had said, "Young lady, you need to get qualified." So guess what? Next person up was Monica doing a hosting, and I said, "Who are you? Where are you from? How did you come to be?" And she says, "The CEO told me I got to get on." And then I remember when I was in Thailand, I said to Arania, "You need to do hosting. You need to get qualified. You're so good." And she goes, "But I'm too shy."
I
And I
know.
went, "But you're so good. The world needs to see you." And then here you are. Ta-da! Sometimes
Thank you.
we don't get a chance to see that. Anyways, I think you have your bio.
All right. Right. Opulence Nation, allow me to introduce our David Okamoto. All right, David O handles the regulatory affair at Opulence Global. From his science and pharmaceutical background, David recognized the incredible value of Furry Flawless as a world-class product that delivers on its promise of anti-aging. His enthusiasm continued with the Fountain of Life, which is the most powerful antioxidant from nature, and the future development in the Safe Home Revolution collection. David is honored to be a part of this incredible journey as Opulence Global changes the life of people. Welcome, David. Oh, hi to the call. So, Sawadika, David.
Hi, how are you? Hi, Sanaz.
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for the nice introduction. I was gonna say, if you couldn't find my bio, you could just make it up.
It's always good to have you on. Hi, David. How are you? Hey,
Hi,
we
Sanaz,
all have
how
a
are
little
you?
bit of red in us tonight.
Oh yeah, you're looking beautiful. Without
what
further
red
ado,
stands
if
for?
I may, whoa, wow. If I may pass on the floor to both of you, please, David and Sanaz. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Wow, wow, wow. Isn't she incredible? Our super host, Aranya from Thailand. By the way, if you're ever going to go to Thailand, you need to learn Swadika. They are one of the most humble, incredible, hardworking community you will meet. I fell in love with the Thai team when I was there. They are the new baby on the block, I'm going to call them. And I look forward to a day where we get a chance to go. Of course, Philippines team and Singapore, they've been rocking, and China team, and so on and so forth. So I want to say a good night, a good morning. How are you, David?
I'm doing fine. Thank you. Surviving the cold. I hope you are as well.
Yeah, for those of you that are in hot climate countries, Canada, Toronto, we had -20. Super cold. And I mean, super cold. And I mean,
my God.
You need to wear long johns. You need to wear layers upon layers. When I went to walk my dog, I'll tell you guys a funny story. It was so cold, and she's so small. So I literally had to cut a sock, like a big ski sock. And I literally had to cut little holes for her arms. Very, very funny. But I literally put ski socks on my dog today to keep her warm. And then I put another sweater on her, and she looked like a little hot dog walking down the street, wobbling. She couldn't even walk because it was so cold. So yes, we need some hots from Thai team, Caribbean team, Philippines team to warm up this call. Are you guys ready to rock and roll?
I would
Awesome.
say yes.
Yes, David, you ready to rock with this
Oh,
cold?
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Amazing. All right. So first of all, I'm super excited as we kind of get back to normal business and get back into normal momentum with a lot of our activities that we have been doing. So number one, I want to give you all some updates on some of this stuff. And then David and I are going to get into some nitty gritty data for all of you. I feel like we haven't talked about products in so long. It's always been the business, what's coming, crypto, and now we are back on schedule. We're focusing right back. And in the numerology world, they say that yesterday the gates of heaven open and there's new energy flowing your way. And may all this new energy bring you an abundance of health, wealth, and opportunity and financial freedom for this new year. I hope you are ready to rock the new year. I always say New Year's is a great opportunity for all of us to do what I call a checkup from the neck up. And, it's always about getting yourself ready for the new year. What is it that you want to achieve in the new year? And what is it that you want to do in Opulence? Because Opulence has been providing such a phenomenal opportunity for entrepreneurs everywhere. And, it's the same product, it's the same company, it's the same compensation plan. It's what you do with it, though. So you see a lot of people that are following the success principle. They're having a lot of fun with it. They're making money. They're growing. They're globally, stretching their wings, and they're doing what they got to do. And then some of you are sitting there saying, why not me? And good answer. Can you ask yourself that? Why not you? Why not you to be on top? Why not you succeeding? Why not you bringing in, $5, $6, $7,000 Canadian a day, a week, a month? Think about that. So declare what it is that you want for this new year. Because guess what? You have a brand new calendar. You have a brand new beginning. You have a brand new opportunity to achieve what you want. And tonight, I want to start our call off with, some information that many of you maybe are not even aware of. And, we are constantly evolving as a company. And I want to talk a little bit about that. David spends endless amount of time researching, working, developing, doing whatever it is to make us a better company. Myself behind the scenes with our marketing team, our graphics team, our video team is constantly creating new content for you all. The reason we create this content is to do what? Is to help you to build your business. Yes? Absolutely. So the question is, what do you do with the data that we create for you? You got to share it. Because if you're not sharing and if you're not screaming and if you're not talking about it, then what good is it? How does your customer know? So next week, I'm going to show you some new stuff I have. But this week, I'm going to show you, again, some new stuff we have that, by the way, got launched on January the 7th. But I want to know, honestly, how many of you have not even taken a look at it? So I am actually going to share my screen here. And I want to share with you guys all of the very cool FOL1 updates. Now, honestly speaking, how many of you, since our New Year's webinar, I'm just going to stop share screen for a minute. How many of you, since the New Year webinar, have not, be honest, I just want you guys to exercise this and see this. How many of you have not visited FOL.1 since the New Year's webinar? Type yes or no. I just want to get an idea. If you've been on the website, say yes. If no, say no. Please be honest, by the way. This is an exercise for us to get better. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, 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 yes, no. LOL, no, 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 yes. Okay, good, good, good. Well, you know what? I appreciate all of your honesties because guess what? You should be in your back office every single day. You should be on your website every single day. You should be on the data every single day. You know why? Because knowledge is power. Now, I want to show you guys how we have revamped this absolutely beautiful looking website. Do you guys love the new website? This is, by the way, I want to take this time to thank David for all of the research that he's been doing, for all of the write-ups that he's done. And David, I want to talk about some of that tonight with you because you're just a wealth of knowledge. You've done such a great job of putting the content together. I kind of want to explain it, and I want to share with all of you how important it is for all of you to share with us back. So first of all, I'm going to show you the link, our store. Now, everything we talk about is right here. There's lots of great videos, oxidative stress, content, fountain of life bottle, ready to get started, what 10 drops do, everything that we talk about, you know, protect heart health, other benefits, what is inside this product, and then you click on buy now and it directs you right into the Opulence page. So for people to make a purchase. So the question is why aren't you on here? Why aren't you sharing your testimonial? Frequently asked questions. You know, a lot of the stuff that many of you want to know is right here, right? And then what is the fountain of life? The benefits, the testimonials. And here's where the good stuff happens. The research. And by the way, we are going to continuously load this up. We're constantly loading it up. The studies and research is your job to read and your job to share. Now, so far, okay, let me just pause this for a second. Pause. So far, we didn't actually publish a lot of this stuff. We had it in your back office. But we realized that many of you have been asking for it, and you're saying, oh, well, you know, it's so difficult in the back office. Shouldn't be hard in your back office. It's your business. It's your back office. So guess what? We made it very easy. Yes, we made it very easy. All you got to do is go to FOL.1 and voila, here we go. So David, you know, we have different studies that we put on there. We put health for the heart, you know, enterolactone conversion, menopause, prostate health, the power of enterolactone, sorry, health benefits and weight loss, autism, Alzheimer's disease, the sustainability. I mean, there's a lot of good meat and potatoes on here, and we're going to keep on loading this information for all of you. But let's talk tonight, you know, about enterolactone, because I think a lot of people don't understand enterolactone, and they don't understand the conversion, and they don't understand the importance of it. And without getting too technical, let's talk a little bit about enterolactone tonight.
Okay. You know, let's start out with what fountain of life is. Fountain of life is a plant lignin. And plant lignins are found in the Norwegian spruce in the cell walls of the stem heartwood. And when it, you know, when we take fountain of life and we ingest it, you know, I'm not going to do sublingual. I'll do that separately because it's very complex. But the basis of this is that our intestinal flora will convert it to an enterolignin. There are two types of enterolignins. One is called enterodiol, and the other is enterolactone. Enterolactone is much more potent, much stronger. And if it's converted to enterodiol, it eventually becomes enterolactone. So it has to go into these several steps. Now, that's what happens with flaxseed. The nice thing about Fountain of Life is that our intestinal flora actually converts it rapidly to enterolactone. And enterolactone is a very, very powerful, what they call a mammalian lignin or an enterolignin. It's another form that it's in human form at that point. And so enterolactone has powerful, powerful properties that will reduce oxidative stress in our body. And oxidative stress is the gateway. If we all can understand anything, it's that oxidative stress is a gateway to so many health issues over time. You know, we're talking about cardiovascular disease, we're talking about dementia, we're talking about uh, cancer, we're talking, all these things are related to diabetes type 2. It's all related to oxidative stress. And that's why it's so important to be able to control it. And that's why when you read the FOL testimonials on our official page, Facebook page, to the layperson, who just joins, they might say, well, what are they trying to do there? It seems like it affects so many people in so many different ways. It's because what it's really affecting is oxidative stress in the body. And it presents so many different ways in our lives over time. So it's important to be able to corral that, and if we could do that, we've got a better chance of reducing that. And that's been proven in literature. The one thing we're trying to do is provide you with the tools that you've been asking for, one of our studies. And these studies are relatively easy to read. Enterolactone has powerful anti-metastatic and anti-cancer properties. And what that means is that it will reduce the possibilities. And please don't take this as a cure, because it's not a drug, it's not a cure, but it will reduce the opportunity of cancer in our body, reduce it that much. The other thing is that metastases is the spreading of cancer to other areas of the body, to other organs. And so enterolactone has shown if you have enough enterolactone in our system that it will reduce the possibilities of that. And we provided a study on this. The study right underneath that it shows the impact of the 7-hydroxymatyrresinol. That is the lignin in Fountain of Life. And how it really, and this was published in the British Journal of Nutrition in 2018. Dr. Biasiato showed that a lot of positive things happen with this, but it took, if you read it carefully, it took 30 to 60 days to see market changes in the subjects. It didn't happen overnight. But again, we have to understand that, and appreciate that most of the things that we're faced with today happen over a long period of time. And, so if someone says, well, I took Fountain of Life last week and I don't see any difference. Well, it takes a lot longer. And they did show that. And they showed that the subjects that took Fountain of Life reduced, a lowered insulin resistance. It lowered the stress on the pancreas producing insulin. It lowered the fatty deposits on the liver, as well as fat deposits on the visceral organs. And that was really interesting to see. And then, of course, LDLs decreased, the lower density lipoproteins, and the high density lipoproteins actually increased from that. And so that means that it really reverses some of the damage that could cause created in our cardiovascular system. So we've provided that study for you. When people say, well, is it possible that if I lead a healthier lifestyle and I take Fountain of Life, will it impact me? And the answer is absolutely, absolutely. But you have to take it consistently. You have to take, and the other thing is you have to take it daily. You can't take 5 drops today, 40 drops tomorrow, and then forget about it for a week, because it won't have the opportunity to make those changes in your body. And so, this is a dietary lignin. It has to be done consistently to keep our enterolactone levels up. Underneath that study is on autism spectrum disorder, and they really found that there's some real value with dietary lignins. And they did show
Great,
that.
David. I don't want to
Yeah.
interrupt you. I apologize. I
No,
do
that's okay.
just before we go to autism, because there's so much good meat and potatoes that we need to share, David. And I want to talk a little bit about this because this study of weight loss and interlactone came out a couple of years ago. And, you know, I was one of those people that started to use the product, David, and started to see massive results. And people are like,
Mhm.
oh, well, I've been using it for a week and I'm not losing weight. And, you know, then people said, oh, well, you know, I'm taking 5 drops, but I'm not losing weight. I want to talk a little bit about how much product people take and then the benefits based
Okay.
on the consistency and really what it does. Because, you know, like yourself, you saw things that happened to your body by, you know, your arthritis pain went away on your knees. For me, I started to get rid of a lot of inflammation, and I have friends of mine that start to take it and they say, Sanaz, you know, I feel like I'm not bloated anymore. I feel like I'm not swollen anymore. I feel like my face is not puffy anymore. So, can you talk to me a little bit about some of those things?
Yeah, it's interesting that you, in terms of the amount you have to take. The study, the 2018 study from Dr. Biasiato in the British Journal of Nutrition showed that you have to take about 30 drops a day. We worked out we calculated the amount that they're using in the study. The thing is that we took it even further and we wanted to see uh, exactly what that meant to us. You know, do we take 30 drops all at once, or do we take 10, 10, and 10? Is that a better mixture? And so we had the researchers check that, and they actually measured it, and they found out the interlactone levels were actually better if you took 10 drops in the morning, 10 drops at noon, and 10 drops in the evening, because it maintained a level of interlactone that's important for our body. Now, for a lot of us, you know, maybe it's hard or you forget or you just can't do it for whatever reason, you just don't get to it. So if you take 30 drops, it's still better than not having that, you know, that amount in your body, because all it will do is just raise and it'll just lower and raise and lower, and you'll have a half-life in it, whatever. But still, interlactone still is really important. And I wouldn't pay, you know, I wouldn't stress about that. It's just that ideally, if you could take 10, 10, and 10, that's the amount. Now, the other question people are going to ask them, why do we only have, you know, on here, take 5 drops and then 10 drops we're
Ah,
talking
great.
about? Because this is where we began. We started at 5 drops, 1 drop for every 10 kilos of weight. That was what the standard was when we registered this product, and that was fine. But we didn't have any studies that would tell us otherwise. The studies that we saw showed that 10 drops a day, 5 to 10 drops a day, depending on our weight, was ideal, and it worked very, very effectively. However, the studies that are coming out now, and the reason being that they finally started recognizing 7-HMR. They didn't even realize there was a lignin called 7-HMR available for study for a long time, because it kept getting destroyed in the processing of the product. And so when I asked researchers about that, I said, why hasn't this been well researched? They said, we do know how to extract it now. We don't know how to get hold of this lignin and isolate it. So there's some big steps that have been done over the past few years. And now you're starting to see the fruits of their labors. And the fact of the matter is that 7-HMR is a very powerful lignin. And, you know, and 30 drops is, you can take even more. They can't even find really a toxicity level that will cause, you know, any stress on the body. I think we sawed it off for like 35 bottles a day or something like that. That would satisfy the government agencies. And 35 bottles a day is impractical, and it's nothing that we would ever recommend for anyone to take, but because it's not necessary. If you take what we recommend right now, what the studies are now showing, 30 drops a day, you are going to see a market change in your body. You're going to see a market change in things around you. And a lot of us, when we get to our 50s or 60s, whatever, we're we're used to it. We've acclimated to a lot of issues like pain, like arthritis pain. We carry that with us, and we live with it. And I think a lot of people will agree. What I have discovered is that you don't have to live with that. You can certainly take Fountain of Life and reduce that. I went from a knee replacement candidate to one that's off that list now. It wasn't my choice to take it off. The doctor told me to take it off because they examined my knee. That was pure science at that point, where they x-rayed it and they checked it, they examined, they said, no, we'll take you off that list. We don't need to put you on the knee replacement list, which made me happy. But as an experiment, I stopped using Fountain Life for a while, and I went to see whether in fact the pain returned, and unfortunately it did. So I want people to realize that you stop taking Fountain of Life, it will return. Issues will return, because it's not a drug, it's not a cure. But what it will, it's part of your life, it's part of your lifestyle. And I encourage people to understand that, because you'll be very disappointed when you stop and all of a sudden you think, my knees don't feel that good anymore. And so, again, as I started taking Fountain of Life again, yes, there were changes in my knee, and yes, it's improved greatly. So, yeah, I don't like experimenting with myself that much, but again, I had to find out whether in fact there was what we call a rebound. And yes, there was a rebound in terms of pain. So,
I want to
uh,
talk a little bit about that, David, because I think
yeah.
this is so, so important, because a lot of times, we say, oh, well, do I have to take the product for life? Do I have to use it all the time? What happens if I get off of it? So here's what David just explained is so important. I want you guys to pay attention to this, because when you're dealing with your customers and your customers say, oh, well, can I get addicted to it? Is this one of those products that I need to take forever? Is it a medicine? Is it a cure? Is it a drug? This is for you guys. Here's your answer. I want to answer this for you so you understand. Fountain of Life is not a medicine. Fountain of Life is not a cure. Fountain of Life is not a drug, okay? What it is that it's a high-powered antioxidant, plant lignin antioxidant. You have to understand there are different types of antioxidants that you will receive from, vitamins, earth, nature, food, vegetables. There's all different types of antioxidants, and Fountain of Life has a plant antioxidant in it. And also it's got 7 of the lignans. So there is other spruce products out there. I call them the fake versions of FOL. They're not even close to what FOL is, but there is other spruce. I remember Renee did some of them as an iodine test. There's other products that may even look similar. Nothing is like Fountain of Life. I want to reiterate that. Number 2, don't ever be fooled by something that looks similar. Fountain of Life is exclusive. It's unique. You guys heard about it from our scientific doctor, the creator, the developer. There's only one. We have world exclusivity. It is the only one created for us, which is basically edible. We got, the 7 lignans, which is the 7 David.
Hydroxymethyresinol.
Thank you. David is like my dictionary, by the way.
It's
He's
got the
coached me
isomer
to
of it.
say that.
Picoisolarissa is also in it. So it has a number of different,
Translate that into Thai if you can.
all this is gobbledygook to a lot of people, so it's not important to get into the minutia of it that way. I think that because to the layperson, believe me, you get lost if you start saying to a person, 7-hydroxymethyresinol. It's like me. As soon as I heard that, I thought, well, Dr. A, he's speaking to me in Finnish, because I had no idea what he was talking about. And I thought, well, okay.
Now you know what I feel like when you say all these big words.
I'll have to I thought I really needed Google Translate when I'm talking to him at times. And I didn't realize what this really was at that point. I was just very ignorant to what, the nutritional value of this. And I had to do some actual research. And this was like, 14 years ago. And he talked to me about this. And I thought, isn't that strange that he's using these words, and I'm writing them down. I'm writing them down phonetically, and I'm thinking, I have no idea what he's talking about. And so you don't want people writing down these names and losing the whole value proposition of what the product is. I really think it's a shame because someone's interested. They're not interested in sequoisyl, resinol, all these things. They don't care alpha conodendron. It doesn't matter. What they want to
Oh,
know is
David, throw
what
them
is it
out
going to do
there.
for me? What's that?
I said, go
They're all
there, throw those names out there.
there's so many of them, and they're just awful to say. And they're tongue twisters. So why do that to yourself? Just say, you can write it down, you can send them the list. But the important thing is to understand is the power that it does offer your body. And what it does in the studies that are now showing that the 7-HMR lignin is beneficial to one's health. Okay, so it should be part of our diet. It's not a drug. No, you're not going to get addicted. You can stop at any time. But the good feelings that you had, the pain that might have left your body might return.
Yeah.
So that's a choice. Because what's going to happen is you're going to face the oxidative stress. You're always faced it every day. This is just a way of keeping it under wraps. So it's your choice.
David, one of the reasons that I wanted to talk about this with you tonight is because sometimes people, they use logic that doesn't make any sense. It's like, what would happen if I stop drinking water? Well, hello, your body needs what? Hydration, right?
Yeah.
What if I stop eating? It's pretty much that's what you're saying when it comes to the fountain of life. And then when it comes to the investment into our body, you see, human nature is that we don't invest into ourselves to prevent, to be healthy, to have clean bodies. But when we do get sick, we spend an arm and a leg, and the world comes to a screeching halt because we want to feel better. So what we're trying to do is trying to educate everyone that fountain of life is this very powerful antioxidant. And here's the really cool thing. It works in so many different ways. I got to tell you guys a funny story. Yesterday, I had a project I was working on, and I had a cleaning crew that we were working with. And these ladies must have, not must have, they were in their 20s and their 30s. And so, David, I was working with them, and we were going up and down the stairs, and I was running around. I was like everywhere, and I was working with these ladies. And they were like, my God, you have so much energy, and you're so like vibrant. And anyways, we sat in the car and we're driving back, and they're like, well, of course, she's the youngest one of all of us. And I'm thinking, dude, I'm older than all of you. And I'm like, you ladies do realize that I'm older than all of you. You guys are all in your 20s and your 30s. I'm in my 40s, and I'm in my mid 40s. And they were like, they thought I was pulling their leg. And I'm like, no, I'm literally older than all of you. And they're like, how do you have so much energy? How's your skin so good? How come you don't have any lines and wrinkles? I'm like, oh, I got lines and wrinkles. If I frown, you can see my lines and wrinkles. But you will look as well as you take care of yourself. And they're like, what do you use? I'm like, well, Fountain of Life, is internal. Skincare, I live by our Fairy Flawless lineup. Honest to God, if you guys are not on Fairy Flawless, you are so missing out. I don't know how to reiterate and drill this. Your skin is your largest organ. It is important for you to take care of your skin. It is so important for you to take care of your face. Use the Fairy Flawless. This has been incredible, shift. We rebranded last year. We gave you a foam cleanser. We gave you a day moisturizer. We gave you the night serum, which is the #1 selling product. You are inside out what you eat and how you take care of yourself and the products that you use. My hair has never looked better and more luscious. A, because of Fountain of Life. B, because of the sensual, shampoo and moisturizer that we've created for the hair. My skin, honest to God, I swear, used to feel like snake skin. It was so rough. Ever since we developed Sterling, my skin is just soft, beautiful, lustrous. I literally corrected everything that I wanted to correct in my body. It was my hair growth wasn't growing. My skin, I was aging. I had dark circles. I had saggy skin. I had puffy skin. I did not look good. I did not feel good. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm being open and transparent. If you've been in the company for the past 6 years, 2 years, 3 years, you should have seen my transformation. You see my transformation before your eyes every single week, every single year. David, you're witness to my transformation. I mean, at the end of the day, our products work. Look at David. Look how young David is looking.
You start with a good base.
David,
You know,
I've lost
I
almost
know,
100 pounds in 3
I know
years.
he's
That's a
transformed.
lot of weight to lose off one person.
Yeah,
100 pounds is like a whole person I lost.
you've done very well. You look very good, you know, so
And thank God I'm
I've
on every call.
I've always told you that, so, you know.
I appreciate it. Well, look, behind the scenes, and this is one thing I want to share with all of you. Nothing comes easy. I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock. I did my workout. So I want you all to know that it just doesn't come easy. Nothing fantastic comes easy. And by the way, I see all of your messages. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for the love, the respect, the kind words. I feel so incredibly blessed to be, honored by all of you. Thank you. I'm grateful. I'm not sharing this stuff because I want to inspire you. Because let me tell you, and I'm going to talk to you guys very, very openly. I had a point in my life where enough was enough. I was tired of being overweight. I was tired of looking old. I was tired of not feeling beautiful. I was tired of my hair not being healthy. I was tired of extensions. I was just tired. And you know what? I made a decision that I was going to change that. Fountain of Life really propelled me to do more. And I did. It started. Fountain of Life started. Is all my weight loss because of Fountain of Life? Absolutely not. It is a combination of healthy eating, lots of water. I got rid of sugar. Sugar is one of the worst things that you can have in your diet. I don't care how old you are, what country you live in, get rid of sugar. Get rid of pop, get rid of processed foods, get rid of the things that are harming your body. Listen to your body. Drink more water, get things out of your system. You saw tonight I was drinking, tea. I drink a lot of herbal tea. If you're not a water drinker, drink that. I've been testing the collagen too.
Wow.
Excited. David's like, pass me the collagen.
Me too.
Honestly,
I want to try it.
Oh.
I'm really excited about that one too.
I got collagen. I'm gonna actually get you to start trying it as well. And by the way, very soon there's gonna be already the Thailand team and the Singapore team and Philippines team got a chance to try it. But you know what? We did you guys see the picture of our CEO posted a picture of us? And we had visited a new facility. It's a new GMP factory. Huge place, 90,000 square feet, David. I'm so pumped up. I already gave you some of the stuff tonight. I emailed you. And we're going to be working on a new project and we're going to be hopefully launching it in spring. By the way, we are waiting for the NPN of Divine to go live with that. We're going to talk a lot about that next week. But there's a lot of stuff coming. Like we're moving and we're shaking. And collagen is going to be another fantastic one that's going to be added. Your body, as you age, will get rid of collagen. As you age, you want to age gracefully. Collagen back into your tissue and your body and your skin is going to help. I'm also taking Divine. By the way, we don't talk about Divine enough, but glutathione, David, is another instrumental ingredient that as we age, we get rid of. And our body just does not produce the glutathione. So I find that everyone around me has been extremely sick. And I got a little bit of that, you know, cold, by the way, because I'm not indestructible. I am human. I'm not a robot. And I was getting a little bit of this sneeze and cough, but people around me were just absolutely horrendous with what they were going around with. And everybody's, you know, wearing, you know, like scared to even socialize. And you know what? All I can tell you is load up on your, you know, FOL. When Divine comes out, I'm living on Divine. Collagen, I mean, is made for something completely different. It's not for your defense system. Collagen is made for your tissue, for your skin, for your nails, for your hair, for more beauty and for your joints. So can you imagine the combination of collagen, Divine, FOL? Holy, you're going to be indestructible. You're going to be like, rah, 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 ready to fight, right? And so that's what I'm so excited about. So David, you know, I want to talk a little bit about the importance of glutathione, because glutathione is one of the leading ingredients. Pine bark is another leading ingredient in Divine. Let's talk a little bit about that, because I think those are such important ingredients and products, because everyone keeps on saying, what's your secret? Okay, I have no secret. I'm just on Opulence products. That's my secret. So David, talk to me about glutathione.
Well, glutathione is known as the master antioxidant in the body. You know, and I think everyone should be aware that this is one of our most important protective mechanisms that we do have. You know, as we are born, we have we are a glutathione factory. We make glutathione constantly because our bodies are fully aware of the damage that free radicals can cause over time. And so during our development, we produce glutathione, which neutralizes many of the free radicals that can otherwise attack and damage our body. Free radicals are molecules missing an electron. And I always say it sounds innocuous, and it does, because all it's doing is a free radical will steal an electron from the body, from a healthy cell. And it doesn't sound like much, and really, it in certain aspects, it does seem like it's not doing much, but over time, that constant bombardment could cause damage to our DNA, can cause oxidative stress. And with all that occurring in our body, it leads to cardiovascular disease, it leads to cancer, it leads to, things like diabetes type 2. And now they're calling, and they're looking at other things like dementia, calling it diabetes type 3. Unofficially, but they're looking at it that way. And why is because oxidative stress is the total enemy, and glutathione is able to keep that at bay for many years. But as we age, our bodies become less efficient at it. And there's telltale factors. As we age, we notice our skin sags, everything, because we're not producing as much collagen naturally. So you can bet that at the same time our glutathione levels are dropping. So what happens at that point when we're not able to produce it? Well, it just opens the door for these horrible things to happen, the oxidative stress to rise. And so when you're looking at products with glutathione, I think the easiest answer is what? Let's just take it. Let's just supplement it. But our bodies are horribly complex mechanisms, and we will destroy glutathione in its form, in its full form. It's made from glutathione is made from glutamic acid, glycine, and cysteine, and those are the components of that make glutathione. And there's that thought of, well, let the body make it from these components. That's one way of looking at it, but again, it has to go through our stomach, across our stomach. And what does our stomach produce? It produces gastric acids, hydrochloric acid. That's very tough. So as we're doing this, and one of the questions I had to the developers of Divine was, how on earth is our body going to absorb glutathione? How's it going to absorb this? Because it has to get to the small intestine where it's absorbed. It doesn't get absorbed anywhere else along the alimentary canal. And they said, well, we're using a capsule, an enteric-coated capsule. So in other words, it's released in the small intestine where there's much more value to us. And so we do get glutathione into our system. So I think people should really realize that one of the keys to this whole challenge is to make sure that it gets to the small intestine where it can be absorbed. And our glutathione does do that. Okay. So what glutathione, it detoxifies many things, and it's a very important part of our system. And if we replace something that is not functioning well, then let's do it. Like, why not? I think it does make sense that we have a source of glutathione now. And this is out in combination. Like, we take a look at, it doesn't mean get rid of Fountain of Life, because Fountain of Life is still important to us. We still need enterolactone. We don't have enough enterolactone in our system. So now you got a 1-2 punch. You've got glutathione that we're missing. We have enterolactone, which we are missing. And, and I always refer back to university researchers say that our diet should consist of things, our supplemented diet should consist of ingredients when we're devoid of them. It's not a question of us just adding something that we already are taking, but we need glutathione, we need enterolactone. And so if we can add to that, then we have a better chance to get through the issues of the day. And we do know that pesticides, pollution, smoking, alcohol abuse is still all there. Or, I should say abuse, but the use of alcohol will contribute to an increase of oxidative stress in the body. And we want to reduce that. We want to neutralize it as best we can and control the amount of oxidative stress we are faced with. And, Divine has antioxidants and that will help support our body along with Fountain of Life.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So it's essential for all of you to be able to have as well. And you know what? Take your products when they do come out, when pre-orders come out, when we launch something. It is so vital and important to make sure that you are taking it. I do want to answer a couple quick questions for all of you. I do have a couple questions for David. Number one, I want to respond to Fountain of Life .1. Some of you that are new to this page asked if you are sharing the FOL.1, who gets the lead? You guys want to know a little secret? If you put FOL.1 / your username, it's going to direct it to your Opulence page. So you will make the profits. Pretty cool, right? Did you guys know that? Did you hear what I just said? If you go to FOL.1 / your username and someone says shop now, it will direct it right to your website. So if you didn't know, now you know. That's the first one. So I hope that answers your question. Secondly, David, I'm currently working with a young lady with chronic fatigue syndrome. She's about 48 kg. Her body cannot handle even the 10 drops of FOL. It gives her insomnia. What is your recommendation?
Well, really, I think maybe her energy level's gone up. Number one, when is she taking the product? Is she taking it in the morning? I would try her in the morning. Try 5 drops in the morning, because that comes back to that ratio of 1 drop for every, 10 kilos of weight. So I want to try 5 drops. Start her in the morning, okay? Because the half-life would tell me that by night in the evening that it's not going to have that great an impact. So I guess she's probably taking it at night, and her energy level's gone up. And so I would start her and say, let's change a few things. Number one, let's take it down to 5 drops. So that's 1 drop for every 10 kilos of weight. and start her in the morning as early as possible. And tell her and see if that makes a change, because it should. But again, this should not lead to insomnia. But what it might do is increase the energy of the person, because they're more awake, and they're going to find that there are changes in the body. That's what I believe at this stage, without knowing everything.
Amazing, David. Thank you so much. By the way, someone said, Noi, by the way, you had said, can you give me an example? I just put it into the message box. So you would put, for example, FOL.1 / in this case it'd be human, but you put your own username, and that way you can basically be able to get into the nitty gritty. David, I also believe that everyone really needs to listen to their body. I find that, thank you, Noi. I find that a lot of people will sometimes take FOL in the morning on an empty stomach, and they say, I can't do it. I need to eat something before I take it. So you know what? Just listen to your body. If someone says I need to have a toast before I eat, take it with toast. If someone says, oh, when I take it at night, I'm able to sleep better, take it at night. By the way, I'll tell you guys a story. I take iron supplements because I have anemia. I have low iron. So I don't like taking my supplement during the day. I find that when I take an iron supplement, it just doesn't do well with me. It just, I don't know. So you know what I do before I go to sleep every night? I basically take my iron supplement. I have it with some orange juice, and then I brush my teeth and I go to bed. And then I don't know what happens to me in sleep when I'm taking my iron, David, because I find that when I take it during the day, my stomach gets woozy and I just don't feel good. But I find that when I take my iron supplement at night before I go to sleep, whatever happens to my body, it's happening and it's repairing at nighttime. So literally just listen to your bodies, okay? And in this case, this lady was taking it during at noon, David. So I'm assuming she had already had breakfast. So, and then also I think, when someone starts smaller doses, it does make a big difference. I know a lot of the Asian customers, by the way, that were taking 10, 15, 20 drops together. Some of them, it wasn't doing well with them. So if you take smaller drops, like 3 drops, 4 drops, 5 drops, and take it more periodically through the day, it will help you. By the way, if I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, sometimes I take 5 drops every like 2 hours. And I'm like a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit throughout the whole day. Or if I feel like I'm coming down with like a cold or something like that. Okay. Okay. Next question is for me. 2 weeks ago on a product call was a testimonial of a young girl that had the swollen face, and swollen tongue, given her 15 drops of FOL in her yogurt. And the clip seems to have been edited out. We actually never shared it publicly. Yes, the testimonial will be available. So the reason I actually have not shared the testimonial is something exciting, because she has actually seen such great progress. And so we're going to give you guys all some updates, because we are doing 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. But one thing I will tell you all. So if you don't know the story, this was a customer of ours that basically has an autistic daughter. She was not able to speak. She is a young teen. She was chewing her tongue because she was so frustrated from not being able to speak, had a very bloody tongue, lots of swelling, was not feeling very well. Let me see if I could pull that up for you guys. And anyways, long story short, she basically, we gave her father basically some FOL, and she basically started to see massive results, the swelling, and it actually all dissipated, and it's really, really come a long way, and she is recovering. So we've had her on FOL. The greatest thing that she has been able to experience, ladies and gentlemen, is that she has started to talk. She is actually communicating with her parents, and she's able to articulate her words. So she was saying the words before, but her parents weren't understanding what she was saying. And now she's actually communicating with her mom and her dad. She actually knows what she's taking now, and she goes at nighttime before she goes to bed, and they're giving it to her, majority of it at nighttime for the yogurt, by the way. And now she's taking it in the juice as well. They're giving it to her multiple times a day. And her father, I wish you guys could speak the language and understood. Her father cried so much that I ended up crying, because I have a grown man who basically says, I did not know that I had such a smart daughter. She's able to speak with me. She's able to talk to us and now communicate with us. And she tried to communicate with them before, but they never understood her because her tongue was so swollen that she wasn't able to say the words properly. So it sounded mumbles, it sounded like muffles, it sounded like slurs that they didn't understand. And honest to God, I have goosebumps all over my body, because when you can bless someone like that and give them clarity and reduce their inflammation and help their communication, I don't know what's more rewarding than that. So that's all I gotta say. So yes, we haven't forgotten. We're gonna share that with you. So this was the young lady. You could see the swelling in the eyes. You can see her lips is absolutely purple and blue. You could see the lips. And the next one is a week later. You ready?
Yes. Wow.
Wow.
Already better. Can see the difference.
Look at her eyes. They're very calm. Her lips, they're healing. You can't see her tongue here. I do have other pictures, but she is coming such a long way. She is not screaming anymore. And one thing that's really, really important is that before, she used to hit a lot. She was not able to communicate. She's able to communicate. So she's not hitting, she's not biting anymore.
Wow.
She's doing much, much better. And honestly, that just makes me so happy. So anyways, I want to share that. I'll pass it over to you.
Thank you, everyone. So one team, one dream,
One dream
to the billion. All right, then. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.